Ladies and gentlemen, 2027, we are not going to have elections. That is actually what Moses Kuria has told the nation when he was having an interview with Jeff Koinange on Citizen. Please, I would like you to listen to this carefully so that you can hear from the horse's mouth. Moses Kuria saying that we are not going to have elections 2027. Please listen to this.
So, kuna watu, there's some people who are doing exams, who are doing practice for a football match that will not happen. There will not be that kind of
what are you trying to say?
Content. There's not going to be an election in 2027 for presidential.
Say that again.
Yes, there's not going to be a contest. Let me ask you, 2002,
yeah.
Was there an election?
There was.
So Bastambo.
Yes.
Kibaki had been pre-agreed. Have you ever seen that margin again?
No.
Ilikuwa ngapi?
71
to 20 something.
Yeah.
Is that an election? That is almost like we're almost rivaling Museveni with his 98%. So because it was a movement. Yeah. So 2027 will be another movement like 2002. There's not going to be an election in the sense that you are thinking. There's going to be so much consensus in the country. Wazee wataketi chini. They say we have two options. Go Rwanda way, destroy the nation Rwanda way, or let's agree. Let there be honor among, I don't want to say this, but among men and women. Let there be honor among men and women. Because the opportunity rose.
After listening to that, do you agree what Moses Kuria is trying to come up with? I could also like you to listen to the second clip where Moses Kuria is actually telling those who are trying to have campaigns for 2027 that what they are doing is not going to have any benefit or any benefits on them. Please listen to this.
When you hear voices out there saying, what is it, one term, or is it Kumi Bila what?
Kumi Bila break.
Yeah,
so,
Kumi Bila break.
Again, the unfortunate thing between one term, people are jobless. Can you imagine? The Kumi Bila break, people have got a job. Yeah?
Yeah.
So is a match of, I don't know what, it's a lunatic express. It's a lunatic express. Yeah? And again, sometimes I wonder, if this is one term, so you make then the best use of that one term. Assume it's one term, no problem. What's the problem? See, why did we put in our constitution there's going to be an election every 5 years? Yeah? What's the most dreadful thing about one term? But the question is, what did we do with that one term? Atakaman one term. What did we do with it? It's not refundable. We are the one who created that one term. I'll continue milking the one term for the benefit of Kenyans until the last moment of that one term. Yeah?
After listening to those two clips, what are you getting from Moses Kuria? Moses Kuria is not any other person. Moses Kuria was in the campaign trail of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Samoei Arap Ruto. He knew what was happening. He knew that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Samoei Arap Ruto were going to win. And also Moses Kuria has been in the government of William Samoei Arap Ruto. And when Moses Kuria was actually working for William Samoei Arap Ruto, he knew that William Samoei Arap Ruto was going to win. And then, why do you think Moses Kuria is saying all that? I have to tell you that Moses Kuria knows what is going to happen. He has told us clearly that what happened in the year 2002 is going to repeat itself. And that is why he is saying that 2027 elections are not going to happen. And it does not really mean that we are not going to have elections at all. What it really means that 2027 people are going to agree about who is going to take this nation forward. And the consensus will be built. And for me, I have asked myself several questions. Who is this person? Who will be the man of the consensus? Who is going to be the Kibaki Tosha? Let come 2027. And it also looks like Moses Kuria is actually telling the nation that William Samoei Arap Ruto time is up. But what people need to do is actually to use this time effectively so that they can gain. Because what is going to happen 2027 has already been decided. That 2027 is going to be a Tosha moment. Somebody is going to be agreed on to be the president. And the match will be over. And anybody who will run against that person will not be able to defeat the person at all. And that is the narrative that Moses Kuria is actually telling the people of this nation. And I agree with Moses Kuria that 2027 will be a moment. And I feel that 2027 is going to be a moment of Fred Okengo Matiang'i, Tosha. Because the way Fred Okengo Matiang'i has been brought into the political arena of this nation, it is actually being seen that he is going to be the person who will be declared to be a Tosha man. If recently you have been very keen about the sentiments, about the social medias of Moses Kuria, then you can agree with me that there is something cooking. If you go to the X space of Moses Kuria, of late Moses Kuria has put a picture of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And you all know that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is championing for Fred Okengo Matiang'i presidential race. And Moses Kuria has put that picture there. And at the same time, Moses Kuria has been saying that he wants to be the Secretary General of Jubilee. And people have taken those comments just like a joke. But I tell you, Moses Kuria is passing a message. And Moses Kuria is actually being used by very, very powerful people somewhere. And he's sending the message to the Kenyans that Kenya is not going to go to the dogs. Let come 2027. Kenyans are not going to accept to be a repeat of 2007, 2008 post-election violence. There is a leader who is going to be declared the Tosha person, like the Kibaki. Remember, when Kibaki was declared Tosha, at that time, many people were expecting that the person who was going to be declared Tosha was the person who was quite aggressive at that time. At that time, for many people, you can remember, Nyachai was very, very aggressive. And at that moment, many people thought that Nyachai was going to win the presidential election. He was going to be the man who was going to be declared Tosha. But there was a bomb. Boom. Raila said Kibaki Tosha. And many people who can remember the politics of Mwai Kibaki. Mwai Kibaki was a person who was silent in politics, who was composed. And I think the Kibaki Tosha of 2027 will be Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And many people, if you have tried to watch Fred Okengo Matiang'i of late, is quite composed. He is not playing the game of being too aggressive, being too abusive, probably to President William Samoei Ruto. Is quite silent. But the person who was very aggressive, Simeon Nyachai, during 2002 election, and the person who many people says, watu wengi sana, he ended up not being the president. And that was the end of Nyachai. And even 2027, we have somebody who will completely be out of the ladder of politics. And I feel the person who is going to be consumed by 2027 moment will be Rigathi Gachagua. Remember, Rigathi Gachagua is playing the politics of the person who we used to call Simeon Nyachai. He was very aggressive. He was able to stand and tell Moi on the face. But Kibaki was preserved a bit. Kibaki was a gentleman. And that is why the person who we call Raila Amolo Odinga had to declare that we are tired with the Nyayo era. And he said Kibaki Tosha. And that was the end of the Kibaki era. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was defeated miserably. And also, 2027 is going to be a repeat. I could like you to hear this script first so that we can continue with this narrative. Please listen to this.
The kingmaker.
Oh, he wants to be king.
He wants to be king.
One, he wants to be king. He does not want to be kingmaker. Jeff, I have received calls from some of those people who want to be president. They are my friends. Those who are with him. One man, I will not name him now. He called me a month ago. You have to save me. Why? Mtu yenu, he is blackmailing me every day. And aniwekelea mbonoko. Yeah? So, that coalition, it is going to be, it will not last. Take it from me. The true colors again will come out the same way we knew. That's why, for me, I cannot be excited. Yeah, without sijui what, sijui nini, sijui itungati, sijui whatever. Because I know how it will end up. The people who now are where the Rigathi Gachagua is having problems most in Mount Kenya is Nyeri County. Why? Because other people can be excited, but Nyeri people know him. Yeah? That's unified people, whatever. So this is exactly what will happen here. All of them, they will go realizing, and by the way, before you ask for a job, I should ask you for CV of your last job. So because now people are saying, you ask you come with a referral from your past job. Because people are saying, this man is going to make me president. Halafu, 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line. Before we had a stigma as a community that our community cannot vote for another person.
Correct.
Now we are acquiring another one. Even if they vote for you, down the line up 1 year, 2 year maximum. I think I am very sad for my community because this branding will stick. And by the time, my friend Jeff, I travel a lot. I travel around the country. I talk to people. Nowadays, people are looking at me. You just go somewhere, people are looking so suspiciously. I go to Nyanza, I go to Western, I go to wherever, and I find, so that's what I am calling the era of judgment of this man. He made the wrong judgment about forming a party. He made the wrong judgment, that went for elections without, safeguards. He's made the right decision. He made the wrong decision, to alienate fellow leaders. He made another wrong turn by leaving others, inviting others, please come and occupy. Come, please, I beg you, come and eat our cake. That's what he did. By the unfortunate things that made him not to be deputy president anymore. That's what he did. And other people happily say, okay, we're going to wash our hands. It's lunchtime. Lunch is served. Thank you, Mr. Kashagwa. Votes are not refundable. Votes are not refundable. And time is not a renewable resource. Yeah?
Yeah.
Time is not a renewable resource. Time is ending. Because right now, as we speak, it's less than 2 years and 2 months. Yeah, I've got 25 payslips, my friend.
After listening to that, I can agree with Moses Kuria that the game that the Wamnyoro team is trying to play, the game that Rigathi Gachagua is trying to come up with, to show that he is the strongest among the Wamnyoro group, he is the strongest in the opposition side. That game is going to end late come 2027. And I feel that Rigathi Gachagua is being fattened for slaughter late come 2027. And that will be the end of the politics of Rigathi Gachagua. The same way it was the end of politics of Nyachai, Simeon Nyachai in the year 2002. It will be the same for Rigathi Gachagua, because there is this person who I have told you, possibly he will be Fred Okengo Matiang'i, who will be said to be the consensus candidate late come 2027. And that 2027, Kenyans have agreed that we are not going to be in the bondage of William Samoei Arap Ruto. That already has been agreed. And 2027 will be another moment for Fred Okengo Matiang'i, Tosha, and the match between Fred Okengo Matiang'i and President William Samoei Arap Ruto will be not as big different as what happened in the year 2002 when Mwai Kibaki actually did greatly. He got nearly 70% of the votes of this republic against around 25% of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who was the project by then of the late president, Moi. People were tired with Moi, and they never wanted the project of Moi to come to existence. And the repeat is going to be this 2027 presidential election. Fred Okengo Matiang'i will be agreed among the many that he is going to be the president. He is going to take it from William Samoei Arap Ruto. And that is why Moses Kuria is trying to tell the people that 2027, we are not going to have an election, because the game which will be played will be high-notch game. People will declare Fred Okengo Matiang'i Tosha. And the range between those people who will go for election, that means between William Samoei Ruto and Fred Okengo Matiang'i, it will be like heaven on earth. William Samoei Ruto is not going to steal 2027 presidential election, because the margin will be too big. Because probably Fred Okengo Matiang'i will win by 70%. And that is the message that Moses Kuria was actually trying to pass in Jeff Koinange's show when he was being interviewed. And many people have not been very keen to that. Are you asking yourself questions? Or questions? Are you asking yourself questions? Why the name of Fred Okengo Matiang'i is being spoken silently across the nation? Why people see Matiang'i as the person who is going to save this nation? Have you seen why this man called Rigiji is quite aggressive, like Simeon Yachai? But I agree that his aggressiveness is going to come to an end. Let come 2027. He's going to be the person who will be like Simeon Yachai. That is going to happen. Do you agree with my analysis that 2027 will be a Tosha moment? And the person who is going to be the Tosha man is Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Do you agree with me? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to come in this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And whenever you subscribe to this YouTube channel, please hit the notification bell, because by doing that, you will give YouTube permission so that you can get notified whenever we upload any political content into YouTube, and you will be among the first people to watch that content. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next political analysis. Goodbye.